Very good. Right, start again. So today, we haven't really prepared any kind of presentations. We just wanted to discuss fan pages and what you should be posting, how often you should be posting, and yeah, just kind of really open the floor to what you guys are comfortable posting as well. If you've got any questions or concerns about what content should be on there. We have picked 3 fan pages that we'll kind of bring up and have a look through. All but one are on the call, so that'll be good. You guys can discuss that. You guys don't even know which ones I've picked, so that'll be fun. But yeah, basically, I'm just going to open the floor up straight away. Like, how do you feel sharing kind of personal stuff on your page? Are you more comfortable sharing somebody else's content, so Gary V, and reposting, or are you comfortable kind of taking your own photo of your laptop and kind of posting that up?
I generally am.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of got to a point where I feel sort of comfortable being me. At the beginning, it was very much putting up motivational things that were from other people, and now I try to kind of like to try and create my own things that I feel are like motivational. And I guess the way that I do that is I just like screenshot or save pictures from like Facebook and Instagram, and then I'll just sort of look through them, and when something jumps out at me and I feel that there's a message that I can give with that picture, then I will put something together, and it kind of comes quite easy that way when it's just like you've just had that inspiration. Or if something's happened, then obviously that makes it really easy as well.
Yeah, that's how I tend to post, if I'm honest. Like, unless something really kind of like, I think you guys might have seen the post that I reposted onto Tom and Lily page today, which has previously been on my own fan page. And we were looking through old photos of like when I was at school and stuff. And I was like the girl at the front with pink shoes on when everybody else had black shoes on. So again, a little bit like you, Camilla, like if I'm looking through something, or if I see a blog post or just something that sparks kind of a reaction from me or something that I can write about, I write much better that way than just kind of sitting there thinking, oh my God, what should I write about today? But was there a point where, like, obviously you say now you're much more comfortable posting about personal stuff and lifestyle. What was kind of the turning point of you not being okay with doing that and then being okay with it?
I'm not really sure, like, when it really kind of happened. I'd probably have to, like, have a little bit of a look. But I think it just came with sort of confidence within myself, within the community, within what I'm doing. And I think it was probably more of a slow sort of turning point. Like, I might put the odd occasional thing in that was quite sort of personal and me, along with still lots of motivational stuff. And I do put that kind of thing in every now and again. But yeah, I think it was just like a slow process where it just felt natural for me to kind of do that. And I don't know, time-wise, it was, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, 3 months in maybe? I don't know, something like that maybe. Yeah,
I think personally, I was quite similar. I think it was about three months or so. I mean, I always posted, like, if I was reading a book, I'd take a picture of the book rather than just kind of writing a post about it. Or I posted a few selfies and put quotes about like being blonde, and how that kind of related to me and having an online business. So I did kind of do little bits, but it did take quite a while to really kind of step out and be like, I am an entrepreneur, this is what I'm doing. But yeah, I don't really know what the turning point was for me. I think that's why I asked you. Because I was like, when did I have that turning point?
I have an answer for that one. I think for me, the turning point was when I found that people were wanting to engage. They engaged so much more when it had to do with me, or it had a photo of me. So and if I just posted someone else's post, I got no engagement. So I found that the turning point for me was to put more personal things on, to be a lot more open, was people actually were more engaged with it when it had to do with me. So that was nice. So I think that was my turning point. It gave me more confidence in that way as well.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. For example, I posted a video. I reposted a video of Will Smith And I think it got 1 like from Stacey, who's in the community. Whereas if I do a go live, I can get up to kind of like 50 likes. And then that's because that's me. That's what my message is. That's personally what I'm putting out there and promoting. And yeah, it's just a complete contrast, isn't it? Completely different when you repost something and when you actually do like create content yourself.
Yeah, I'll just jump in as well, Lily. This is how sort of scared I was when I first got a fan page and got up and running about putting my face out there. I'm sure that I didn't actually put my face on my fan page. For example, the profile picture was probably some beach or something like that. It wasn't even me at the beginning, and that's how how scared I was of putting my face out there at the beginning. So I think the confidence thing with me to actually not only do that, but talk a bit more freely, like you're all talking about being an entrepreneur, was probably a mixture of all that, really, like confidence, engaging with people, and then thinking, these people are engaging with me, they're asking about my business. I should really have my face on a picture at least of me so they know who they're talking to. But I can relate back. I can definitely relate back as well. I was scared of family or friends finding out what I'm doing, and the only way that they would find out is if they actually probably saw my face on this fan page. So that's where I was at the beginning, but obviously it's a confidence thing, but it's always good to have maybe your face out there, not immediately doing videos or anything like that, because they were very daunting to me. That was like one of the worst things, like to do a go live. When I saw other people when I first started, and Ryan's doing go lives on his page every week or something like that, and I'm thinking, he's not going to get me to do one of those. and then you evolve as a person, and you get more confidence. You first go live, you're everyone knows who's done the first go live what you feel like. Very nervous, scared to press that button. You do your first one, you get that over and done with, you breathe a massive sigh.
And then you want to do it all over again.
Yeah, and then you do it all over again. Hopefully that it recorded well, and if you didn't, it's not a problem, because if you fumble some words up, it just proves that you're real. You're not reading off a script or anything like that. And it's your first one, and you can always even say that in your first go live, that it's your first one, to bear with you, etc., etc. But yeah, going back to the original point, like confidence comes, and you put your picture out there more, you put your words out there more with your pictures, and you just, the first one, the second one, and then you just do it naturally, whether that's a go live, whether that's a post talking about your business, anything really.
I think as well, we done a mastermind a while back about branding yourself. But yeah, just to touch back on that for anyone that hasn't seen it, I think the important thing to remember is that, sorry, my whole family's just passing by. The important thing to remember is that essentially this business and this opportunity is you. Like, people are going to click onto your fan page and be invested in you. So you do almost have to brand yourself as if you are literally a Nike t-shirt. Like, you need to say exactly what you are, exactly what you're offering, and just put it out there on a plate. Because it's like, if you go and look at branded trainers and you look at unbranded trainers, you're going to go with the branded ones because you think you know more about them, because they look better, because they're Nike or whatever brand they are. Other brands are available. But that is essentially what your fan page is doing. It is putting your name out there and being like, this is me, this is what I'm doing, I'm comfortable with it, and I also want you to join me. I think that's one of the most important things to remember, is that now you are your business and your business is you.
And people sort of people are watching as well, aren't they? I mean, you might gain a new follower. They're interested in your page, what you're doing, what's this page about. So they are watching. So it's obviously we've got to be as well as putting out the content, which is all positive stuff, inspiring videos, giving them some information. We've also got to be wary of what we're putting out there as well, such as just like general stuff. Don't treat a fan page the same way as you would treat your personal Facebook page. And what I mean by that is just stick to the business side of things on the fan page, and then obviously on your personal page, that's yours. But yeah, we was gonna run through some. I don't know whether you want to do it now, Lily, or in a bit. Just examples of fan pages that we've had a look at today and that we like as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me one moment. I just clicked off you guys to go and check that I had them up. Right then, so we've literally just selected 3. They were the first 3 that came to my mind. So first of all, I'm going to start with this one. He's on the call. Mr. Grant. So the reason that we've kind of like, well, I had a look through and I saw Grant's page, and every time he does a new video or posts a video, I'm intrigued and I'm watching it, I'm liking it. You can see my like there. And every time, literally, Grant's like fan page is the perfect example of putting your face out there and literally just being yourself. Any of you guys obviously can come through and watch these individually. But yeah, Grant, if you want to kind of like unmute yourself and just kind of talk about how you feel doing go lives maybe, or how you first felt when you set up your fan page and got up and running.
Well, I'm glad you've talked about this, to be honest, today, because at the moment I'm really trying to delve deep into my brand and what I want to put out there. Because I mean, I've got the balls and the confidence to put the lives out there. It's just finding the right content, keeping consistent with the rest of my posts in between that I think I lack with. But I don't mind putting my face out there because people can see how energetic I am about. I talk about the business with people, but what I try to put out there is like positivity. Do you know what I mean? That feeling that I've not only got from the past year, but from the past 4 or 5 months within the community as well. And I find that when I put my videos out, I haven't done a lot of lives, to be honest. These are just videos that I've done so that I can watch them myself afterwards, which feels horrible at first. But once you start watching yourself, you feel a bit more comfortable with it. I used to do it when I was in school. When I did drama, we'd video the scene we wanted to do. We'd watch it back because you can notice where you can do better then. So if you're worried about cocking up on go lives, then I'd definitely get into the habit of setting the camera up in front of yourself, you know, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, whatever, and then go with your post, practice it, and then do it again and again and again until you feel comfortable, till it is perfect, if that's what you want it to be. Because your videos can be perfect, but then like you can really show yourself when you get that confidence from doing them. You can really show yourself your other side when you do your go lives. Obviously, I'm building up to those go lives at the moment, so. But, yeah.
I don't think you should have any concerns about doing a go live. You always come across so well, so get on them, mate. You'll be absolutely fine. I've actually only ever done go lives because I hate watching myself back. So I'm like, if I do a go live, then it's out the way. Don't have to watch it again. So I
I think I'm a bit like that.
Yeah.
I think the only ever video that I did was probably my first that I ever put on my fan page, because I was just so scared of doing a go live. Yeah. But I don't even think to do them as videos. I just go straight to doing it as a go live.
Yeah. Josh, you're an okay, I think then.
Yeah, if you do it as a go live, Grant, you just get way more reach as well, man. Like Facebook loves go lives compared to video, so Like I just saw then you got 22 views on that video, and if that was a go live, it would be like at least 220 views. Facebook just loves them.
That's what I feel worried about. I see other people's go lives and they're getting people jumping on straight away, and I feel like if I did a go live, I think that one thought that probably a lot of people get is, what if nobody jumps on? Do you know what I mean?
Feel better about that.
Eventually gonna.
Just talk to myself. That's fine.
Yeah, but you know that we'll always jump on. We'll get a notification that you're live and be like, "Oh, what's he talking about? Let's go and have a listen."
Yeah, literally. And as well, it's always you can pop it into like the Enagic affiliates chat. You can pop it into your own little group chats that you've got going on. So you can kind of get that link out there.
Okay, I'll do a deal. Anyone who's on the call now who hasn't posted a video or a live yet, if you do one tomorrow, I'll do one as well.
Challenge on.
Who's down?
Oh.
That's definitely Kelly in her
Someone's
truck.
reversing.
Hi, Cal. Nice to know you're at work.
She's a forklift driver.
Yeah, she's a big lorry truck driver.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I asked her at the meetup what she does because I always just see like the roof of a car. I was like, "Are you going shopping? Are you collecting kids? What's going on?" But yeah, she's a truck driver. Here you go. Look, there's the roof. Everyone see it. But yeah, I think definitely with what Josh said on the Go Lives grant, even if people don't jump on straight away, they all get a notification. So that replay is going to be watched and watched and watched and watched by literally everyone that is kind of on your fan page. Whereas, yeah, a video, people don't get a notification for a post. So it will just be the people that it pops up on their page and they happen to come across it.
Yeah, definitely. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'll be doing one tomorrow, even if I don't want to jump in.
Pop us the link and we'll all jump on. Also, that is a good tip actually though. I did make a note when Brant was talking. I know Danielle, she's not on tonight, but I know Danielle, when she done her very first go live, she actually recorded herself first and pretty much went through everything she was going to say. And then once she done it once, watched it back, and I think she found out that she kept looking to the right. Like when she was talking, she couldn't look into the camera. She kept like looking another way. And yeah, it was just something really small that she could pick up on and make a conscious effort to change in her go live. And yeah, then she just kind of hit go live and went for it.
That's exactly what I did too.
I was like, where is Harriet?
I'm sorry. Hello. My laptop's not working, so I had to come on my phone. Yeah, I did that. I recorded the whole thing.
Yeah.
Was probably better than the actual go live that I did in the end, but it, for my confidence and just being able to press that scary button, really, really helps.
Yeah, definitely. And like Adam said, like once you've done it the first time or a few times, depending on how nervous you are, it does get easier and it does get better. It is just that initial kind of, oh my God, what if I say something wrong or whatever? But in a way, something that I kind of keep tell myself every time I do a go live is that I'm the one talking, so nobody really knows if I go wrong or that if I am wrong or whatever, because I'm the one with the information. I'm the one that's talking. It's my opinion on something, so nobody can tell you that you're wrong on your opinion, kind of thing. So yeah, don't be scared, and if you are scared, just go back a few months and watch Richard get run over by a pushchair. That was pretty hilarious.
And also as well, I don't know about you guys, but I did my first go live in the group, which made it a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely, in the CEO or the 30-day fast track, whichever one you guys want to go for. Right then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into another screen share. I think I have another page loaded. Right. And she has just jumped on, so now we have all three people whose pages I have loaded on. And here we are, we have Alicia's. So Alicia's quite new to mine and Tom's team. But what I love about Alicia's page is from the start, if she's posting kind of quote pictures, she will give kind of a detailed explanation as to why this picture relates to her. And she'll also kind of share, let me have a scroll down. Here we go. So she'll share her workstation. Picture of her and her partner just here, fiance, I believe. Am I right? And then her little girl as well. So she talks about how she wants to create a whole new lifestyle for her little girl and get the freedom to travel and spend as much time together. So Alicia, kind of at the start of this, at the start of the call, we were talking about, just before you jumped on, people feeling nervous to kind of put their face on their page or kind of talk about their own personal life when they first got started.
Right.
How did you feel? Like, okay?
Well, in the beginning, I thought it was like good to put a load of quotes and stuff on, but then I spoke to Tom, and Tom was like, well, actually people want to see you and want to see that you're real. And I thought back to my experience of when I first saw about CEO. I really wanted to know that Lilibeth was real, and her profile looked pretty legit, looked real, and there was a lot about her and Tom and everything, but I still was like skeptical, am I talking to a robot? So the more real your profile is, I guess, the more real you come across to everybody, and that's what people want to see, I guess. So now I feel a lot more confident about putting about my life so people can see like my story as well, I guess, like as I'm transitioning.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's something that we maybe don't talk about enough, is that transition period is also important for people to see that, yeah, do you know what, I'm still working a 9 to 5, but I'm also got this kind of side hustle, as the Americans would say, and kind of cracking on. I want my own business. I want this freedom. And it is a really great kind of place to be in for people to also see that transition of you having then gaining that freedom and being able to do your own thing. And I think that when everyone joins and they start posting on their fan page, they can get a little bit lost in thinking they already need to be this person. But I think one of the most important things is just to embrace who you are now and the journey that you're on.
Yeah, definitely. Just, you can always say that you're working towards the goal that you want to be full-time online. It doesn't always have to be, that you're already full-time online. People don't mind seeing the fact that that people are still working, and you can do this business whilst doing a full-time job as well, which is the good thing about it. So yeah, I totally agree with that. And as well, like, just looking at Alicia's and Grant's as well, they both put the messages across in a different way. Grant's more videos, Alicia's is obviously page posts, which is both fine, but they add their own spin on what the picture is or what the video is. They add their own spin on it, put their own comments above, and that's again giving your opinion across, giving your idea across, and people are going to engage with that more.
I think that's beauty. Yeah. I think if we're all like uniform and the same, we wouldn't look so real.
Definitely.
Something I came across this week actually was, I think Sam posted about Adam's go live. She did 2 couple posts of, as you might have seen these pop up on your, she tagged you in, of when Adam talked about his kind of story as such, and that really resonated with Sam, and that's the reason she got involved, because she saw him wasn't on a yacht sailing the world. He was just a normal guy doing this, and that was the reason why she got involved. So putting your actual authentic self, as David Caldecott would say, out there obviously shows that you're a real person and you're doing these things, and people will buy into that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all right. I mean, if you are on a beach or anything like that, it's all right to do a go live there. But then again, everyone's different, and like Ali says, they might not be able to relate to that. That might be so far away. If you're working on your business from a beach, doing a go live to show everyone that might seem so far away from where they are looking to get started that it might just not interest them. It might turn them off, and they might turn your video off. But if you're sort of, the more real you are, I think we're getting from this, the more real you are, the more authentic you are, the more that people can relate to you. Yeah, so totally agree with that, Ali.
Yeah, and if you do it as just a pure numbers game, to get to 6A you need 34 direct trifecta sales, so that means that you need to create an audience of 34 people essentially. You don't have to target everybody, you don't have to make content for everyone. So if you are the person that is still working, that means that you need to just target or attract people that are in the exact position you're in. You're not looking to please the person that wants to travel the world on a yacht, because that's not where you are. So it's very difficult for you to sell them, but you don't have to. That's the beauty of this, is you don't have to grow a brand to 10 million people. You have to cater for a very small group. But if they trust you, and Grant, this is one thing that you'll get from lives, is people will keep tuning in. And I have it where people that I don't know, they just always jump on and say hello. And if you call them out by name, say like, hello, whatever, thanks for jumping on, you've then won a fan for life, because people love to be a part of something. It's like part of the draw of the CEO movement, and you can create that in your own fan page. And if you keep that number in your head, all it is 34 people, it takes a lot of the pressure off, because it can feel like you're trying to grow something enormous, and you really don't have to.
Yeah, definitely. And just going back to kind of what kind of Ali and Adam said between them, if someone is kind of on a beach or a yacht or whatever it is, it can seem so unachievable and unattainable for some people that, again, they just won't even kind of resonate with it. So yeah, definitely kind of go lives are really good, because it's you. And you know what, if you are nervous, I think in one of my go lives, I even told people how nervous I was. And I was like, look, I've put my favourite perfume on. I'm outside so that I have to do this. I've brought notes. I've done this. And I went through like a whole list of things that I'd done to prepare for this go live. And I was like, you guys can't even smell me, but I feel better for it. And just whatever you need to do, just kind of get it done. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into, she's still here. I thought she disappeared then. I'm going to jump into our final kind of page that we selected this afternoon. And dun, 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 Camila! I could have sounded like Mexican then. Camila! Right then. So we've selected Camila's page. I know she's recently kind of renamed her page, which I think is really good. Pure Positivity,
Passionista.
There we go. Got it out. And yeah, I love your kind of like your cover photo. It's beachy. It has some kind of like information on there for people to have a look at straight away, so they're not having to kind of scroll through your entire page to find out what you're about. Camila's also got just a little bit further down here, like you can see, she's creating her own kind of quote pictures. She's not just reposting Gary V's quote pictures and Tony Robbins and I don't know, everyone else that you guys can think of. But yeah, she's kind of creating her own quote pictures now, which is a really good step, because then if other people are sharing those photos, it's got your name on, it's got your website on, and then other people will be like, oh, so what's this? It's like free marketing, essentially, if people are sharing your quote pictures. Again, we've got go lives on here from Camila, and like her travels. So yeah, it's a really great page, really personal. And I know obviously we've spoke a little bit anyway, Camila, about kind of how you got over that putting your face out there, but is there anything else you want to mention about your page?
I guess with my page, it's, you kind of mentioned it before, but I kind of decided that it was like the right time to kind of really rebrand me, which is why I kind of changed my name to Pure Positivity Passionista. And passionista is what's explained in the picture, because a lot of people might think it's like, I don't know, like either a cutesy word or something linked to like fashionista. And yeah, I guess just being a bit more sort of, I can't think what the word is now, but aware and branding myself in the direction that I kind of want to be, like where I want to be in, say, 6 months. I'm kind of creating it now, sort of thing. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Something that I always think with like fan pages, whether it's your Facebook fan page or whether you're kind of creating an Instagram, I know a few people have kind of like CEO Instagrams essentially, that's just for CEO. But something I always think is I'll look at even people like Elise, Rob's sister, or other kind of like random marketers, they are constantly creating content. It's post after post every day. They've got stories up, they're filming videos. And the reason I still pop onto Elise's page and will check out her stuff is because every day there's something new. And I'm like, oh, what's she up to? And you just get almost invested in that person, because you're like, oh, like Elise, she's moved from Hawaii. Where's she going now? If anybody follows her page, and even today I clicked onto a video, and some people that are on her mailing list put on there that she was in Colorado, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So you just get so invested in people because they're constantly creating that content. It's always there for you to see, and it's something I reach for now. I'll click onto stories, and some people I'll come off, but I'll make sure to click onto Elise or Rob or Ryan, because it's something new, it's something fresh every day, and it's always there in your mind. But what kind of brought that on, was Camilla saying that she's kind of branding herself now for who she's going to be in 6 months. And I always used to think oh, how do you get to that point? How do you become this person that, I don't know, is really good at videos and really good at posts and is creating content all the time? And the reality of it is the only way you do it and the only way you get there is by doing it. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've sort of said most of the way through this call, really. And and as well, Camille, you just, I'm guessing by the fonts and the pictures, are you just using Canva to sort of knock them posts up? Yeah.
Yeah, super simple.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't spend much time doing them. I kind of go through phases of liking a different font, and everything will be in that sort of font until I get bored and want to move on. Yeah. And just play around with colors and different pictures and things. And what I like to tend to do is all the pictures that I use for quotes and things are actually my pictures. So that it's got some sort of synergy with other pictures that I've maybe put up. Because that post that I had at the top was a picture that I took in Spain when I was out there last, and it was just such a pretty picture. The light was caught brilliantly, so I was like, it's not really good quality. It's taken on my friend's phone, but my phone had died, so I asked if I could take that picture. But it just looked really nice, and I was like, I need to use this for something, because I just like the image of this couple walking along the shore, and it felt quite romantic. So I was like, that's going to be a picture for something, and then I found a purpose for it.
Yeah, definitely. Like me as well. If you're somewhere, you don't have to be on holiday. You could be in this country, and there's a chance of a picture what you could use for your fan page, and get the camera out straight away. And like Camilla said, she uses Canva. I use Canva. If no one's heard or seen of Canva before, it's a really simple app where you can just put text on pictures and design pictures like Camilla's done. And yeah, it's a really good app. If no one's heard of it, I would definitely recommend it. But as well, I think when Lily was scrolling through your page there as well, you put some posts up about books you've been reading as well, which is going on to another good thing that you can post on your fan page. If whatever book you're reading, you see something that resonates with you in it, you read a chapter and you thought, you know what, that really sort of hit me up here, then share some information about it. That's another good thing to put on your fan pages as well. I think you took a photo of a certain not chapter but sort of phrase on there or something, which resonated with you. So that's another good thing to put on fan pages as well. And maybe don't just put the picture of the book on, give your take on that book. If you recommend it, why do you recommend it, etc. So yeah, that's another good thing.
I just wanted to touch on the Canva app. It's really easy. It's really simple to use. And I know Camilla likes to use her own pictures, but if any of you sat there thinking, well, I don't know, I haven't been on holiday in how many years, or I haven't got any pictures that I could use as a base for quotes and stuff, I'm just going to share my screen to my personal Instagram, just to give you guys an example of other kind of Canva pictures. So these ones here that I'm highlighting, these three are all from free Canva templates. And all that I essentially do with the light pink ones is I just change this icon for whatever the post is related to, and then just make sure that my link's on there as well. So you don't necessarily need to have kind of like your own pictures and put quotes and stuff on them. You can just kind of create really quick, really simple and easy pictures to go on your Instagram, go on your fan pages, whatever it is. I like to have these. I'm going to kind of keep a consistent kind of 3 blocks pictures, 1 block of quotes, but we'll go into Instagram a whole nother time, you guys. We have it down and scheduled for 2 weeks from now to go through Instagram. And I'll be going through these highlights and stuff as well with you for anybody that wants to do those. But yeah, literally is, I don't know how many people that you guys follow on Instagram. I don't know, like, I know some of you follow Elise, Rob's sister, and she has kind of all of these as well. They're just a really good tool to keep your Instagram nice and tidy. Helps anyone that's clicking onto your Instagram profile just to come on and just see what you're all about and see what you've been up to. But we'll go through that another time. Or you can drop me a personal message and I will try and talk you through it. But yeah, in terms of the Canva app, it is literally really, really simple. You can use it on mobile, you can use it on desktop. And yeah, it's really easy. So I definitely recommend creating your own kind of quote pictures as opposed to sharing them. Even if you're literally like, you see a quote picture and you just go and copy, like essentially rewrite the text on your own like quote picture, you can do that. You don't have to think of the quotes yourself. You can use other people's quotes. Just try and share them on your own kind of design. Harriet's on the move.
Look like you were dancing.
I know. Bless her.
No, I'm struggling.
Has anybody got any questions so far on, like, I don't know, is anyone still unsure of what they should be sharing or how or when? So I think the one thing actually that I haven't touched on that I've literally just saw as I looked up is just generally, obviously when you first get up and running, we say you need to post 21 posts before you can run an ad. But I think the important thing is to remember to keep posting on your fan page after that. Because like Alicia said a little bit earlier on, when she came through and was kind of stalking me, she was looking to see when I was last active, what was I saying, what was I doing, where was I? And if your page is just completely dead after that 21 posts, or you post once a month, if somebody does that to you, they're going to be like, well, what do they actually do? Like, do I want to do that? So it is really, really, really important just to keep those pages active, keep posting, and yeah, creating content, whether it's like myself and Camilla, whether it's just something that kind of springs to mind and then you write a really long post about it, or whether you have kind of like a scheduled 1 post a day. Entirely up to you guys.
Yeah, and just jumping back to Canva as well, I think Alicia had it, maybe Grant had it, and definitely Camila had it, just like some contact details on the cover photo, an email or your link, your domain link for your landing page, just put it on there. People click on your fan page and they can clearly see them details when they click on it. They don't have to go scrolling down, or they don't have to message you, which they might be frightened to do. So yeah, that's another good thing as well to put on there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, Adam. I think, go ahead.
I've got a question about go lives.
Yep.
So when people do their first go live, like I know Camilla said that she did her first one on CEO Movement page. I'm just wondering what people like do for their first one. Do most people talk about like what they're currently doing in their life, their previous job or the job they're currently in, stuff like that? Or
talk about your why, I suppose, is the reason. Main thing I think most people, what I did anyway initially at the start was because you can talk about it quite passionately, is your reason for getting involved and your reason for affiliating and all your kind of little reasons why. That and obviously you can kind of speak about that quite confidently, really, so you not have to think of a topic, you can just go straight into that, and that's what I did, and I think a lot of other people have done the same thing. It's just tell your story essentially.
Fab, thanks, Ali.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Cool, thanks, Camilla.
Yeah, and I guess the word "your story" is thrown around a lot by people that have been in the community quite a long time. We always say when you're going onto a web class, "Oh yeah, just tell your story," and it's like, well, what is that? What is my story? Like, it can be very confusing to some people. And there we go. And I guess your story is just basically like where you've come from, why it is that you want to change your life, and where you're heading towards. Like, what's your dream, what's your goal, what are you doing this all for? So yeah, essentially where you've come from, what your why is, and where are you heading to. That's essentially your story in a nutshell.
Thank you.
Neil, who's not on this call tonight actually, but I've been getting to try and do his first go live in the group, which hopefully I'll do soon. But he's installing his K8 in his house in what he's called the Canon cupboard at his house. I'm just going to wait for him to do a go live and show that off essentially. So hopefully I'll do that soon. That's obviously part of it as well, and he can add his story on there, so he has bits to it. But that's he's quite a character, Neil. So yeah,
he is, and he's very vocal on these calls, so I think he'll have no problem at all.
Definitely, I think I've heard about this cupboard. Does Neil live in like a house share at the moment?
Yeah, he's kind of he owns the house. I think he has some housemates as such, and I think he doesn't want them getting hold of it.
Yeah, I remember him saying he was like, "I'm going to lock it away." Yeah,
he might even be getting a padlock on it, but yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's not going anywhere, so yeah, it'll be good when he gets it in, so he's going to do the video, hopefully.
Yeah, you should call it like K8 protection or something. That'll be quite a fun go live. I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, for any of you that are kind of, I don't know, worried about pressing that button for the first time, as I just said, like kind of your story or why, as Ali said, to share for the first time, either on the 30-day group or on the normal CEO group is absolutely fine. If any of you have been through the 30-day fast track and you've got bits out of there that have been useful, or you want to just kind of say a little bit about it, you can absolutely do that as well. If you're more comfortable talking about, I don't know, that process as opposed to kind of your story and your life at the moment, whatever it is that best suits you, and kind of gets that first one out of the way, gets those nerves over and done with, absolutely fine.
Once you get used to it though, you actually really like doing them. Like the first one is so scary, and even the first 3 are probably a little bit scary. And even if you haven't done them for a little while, they can be scary. But as soon as you start doing it and people start jumping on and you can see people there, they might be like saying hello or whatever, it's actually really enjoyable. Well, I really enjoy it anyway.
It's like that whole when people say you'll be okay once you get there. Like, I don't know, whether it's a job interview or whether it's the gym or whatever it might be, everyone's like, well, you'll be okay once you get there. And I think that's the kind of thing about go lives. Like, as soon as you press it, you're okay. Like, you're okay once you're there and once you're doing it. It's just getting there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But we will have, next week we have go lives on the agenda anyway. So if anyone wants to get their first one out of the way this week and then jump on and share their experience next week, that will be absolutely great. I'm looking towards Alicia. I'm looking towards Grant, maybe even Ian. I reckon he can crack one out in Germany.
Yeah, surely we're going to get loads done in Germany.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll do some in Germany after a few beers, I think. Well, we'll see anyway.
Tom will join you.
One of them big pint pots, Tom. We'll have one of them.
Although I'm probably not going to be able to on the Sunday.
Uh-huh.
I probably won't be drinking because I'm going to Hamburg at like 7 a.m.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Just thought I'd tie it in with going to see a friend in Germany.
Why not? I'm just going for the hot dogs. But yeah, definitely. I think this next week will be really good. Let's get a few go lives out there. And yeah, we'll get some in whilst we're in Germany as well. So it'll be really good. And then next week, yeah, anyone that's kind of does one this week, be great to have you out and kind of discuss with everyone else how you found doing your first go live. What, I don't know, the thoughts that went through your head before pressing the button. Some people, I know Joseph, I think it was from the US, think he said it took him 3 hours or 5 hours to actually go live. Crazy. Don't waste that much time on it.
I thought mine was long. I took 45 minutes once to press go.
Yeah.
I thought that was really long.
I think it's his go live in the 30-day fast track group. If you try and check it out, I think on that he says it was like 3 or 5 hours before we actually press go live.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he did it.
Yeah, he done it. That's it. And next week we'll discuss go lives. So that'll be really cool.
Just as like a closing thing. Today I was preparing a post about just doing it and focusing on what really matters and ignoring the rest of the crap. But I've had a rough day, so I didn't finish the post. But effectively, the message that I was putting into the post was that if you focus on just getting the task at hand done, using I did an Instagram story in the end because it was quicker and simpler. But if you use the analogy of a tightrope, the only reason you're scared of walking the tightrope is because you're scared of falling, and the only reason you're scared of falling is because you're focused on the fall rather than the task at hand, which is just walking across the tightrope. So if you just focus on just pressing that go live button and just dealing with it and just doing it and ignoring the thought of no viewers or judgment or making a mistake and just getting on with it, you'll just fly.
Yeah. Just stay away from
stories. So good.
All of us spoke at the same time then, sorry.
I was saying I saw your Insta story with all of that on it. It looked really good. I like the message that you were doing. Also, your Insta stories, how do you do it? So you've got like colour and then you wipe it out.
Okay, so basically you put the picture on, then you select the pen, hold the screen for about 3 seconds and it'll fill the screen, and then you just rub it out again.
Right, I'll show you. So there's the picture.
Yeah.
See the pen at the top?
Yeah.
So you click on pen and then you click the highlighter one.
Or you can just hold the screen.
Well, I'll click highlighter because then I can pick a colour. So we go yellow.
You can pick a colour on the pen.
Huh? On the pen. So now we're having a domestic about it.
That's rubbish though. Mine was blocked out.
And then you just rub it out essentially. So.
Oh, perfect.
Ah,
I'm going to do that now.
That's cool.
But no, as a cheeky thing as well about stories on Instagram, I kind of like just intruded on a mastermind call yesterday between the leaders, but I added the fact that there was a conference from Facebook for top-end marketers and consultants, and one of them shared some information where it was 1 in 5 Instagram stories result in a direct message. So if you're branding yourself through Instagram stories, then potentially 1 in 5 of those you're getting yourself a lead.
Yeah, I've started focusing or trying to focus a bit more on Instagram. I'm not as consistent as Harriet is, though. You are awesome on Instagram.
Oh, thanks.
You
I
are.
got my last sign up
always
to
looking
Insta.
for your stories.
Oh, I feel like I need to talk more on them because it's a lot of just photos of what I'm doing in my life. So
I think
I'm going to
that's
try and brand.
Instagram is a visual platform, though, isn't it? So
yeah, true.
Yeah.
How do you do the swipe up, may I ask?
You have to have 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can't do that one yet.
We're not there just yet.
No, not yet.
I was Googling the other day how you get a blue tick, like an official tick.
Oh, how do you get that?
You have to go through that. Yeah, we're not getting it yet, but I think on Instagram, it's if you get, I think it's Instagram or Facebook, might be Facebook actually, you can only get a tick if you've been like, if your account's been forged, like if people are robbing your photos and your name and stuff and keep creating copies of it. You can only get a tick if like that's happened like 6 times or something.
Right, so 6 of us will start creating accounts and forge you, then you can get one.
Yes.
Sorted.
And then, yeah, I think Instagram is like so many followers or something like that. But yeah, Instagram's a whole nother story. I'm pretty sure there's training. There's definitely a mastermind coming in 2 weeks, and we'll go through all kinds of stuff then.
As a closing note about Germany, I'm only going for Aldi and Lidl. best ever.
Oh.
I can't wait to get the water bottles.
Oh
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
So excited.
I can't wait to take the boys into Aldi and seeing the €1.29 packets here. That's what it's about.
You do realise there's Aldi and Lidl in the UK, right?
It's not German Aldi or Lidl. They don't have massive paprika sausages like this long. They can just
So yeah, that's definitely a boys' trip to Aldi, and
yeah, girls, we'll go and sit by the river and have some drinks.
That sounds perfect.
Are you guys still not drinking?
Well, we're not at the moment, but we'll see what happens. It's the land of beer.
I'm happy with the sausages.
I don't miss drinking, but
yeah, I think it's like, how long's it been now? 6 or 8 weeks?
About 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not sure it's got to be longer than that.
Always add 2 weeks on. You've got to add 2 weeks on, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. Add 2 weeks onto everything. But yeah, guys, if that is all, I'm happy to wrap it up. Everyone happy?
For me.
Right then, guys. Plenty of go lives this week. Grant, Alicia, Ian, Tom.
Yeah, I'm going to take Ryan up on his challenge of next time I'm in an airport, go live.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, I like that. I must have missed that at the beginning. That was a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Well, it wasn't on this. It was a go live he did when he came back to the UK. He was just sat in the airport and went live and said, I challenge everyone who's watching this to go live next time they're in an airport.
God, so when we all turn up at the airport Saturday morning, people together see all of us with our phones.
We'll stand in a circle like a bunch of like cultists and go live.
And it's going to be super early as well.
Yeah.
Everyone wear their hoodies.
Like thugs without hoods on. Right then, guys. It was lovely speaking to you all, and I'll catch you next week for Go Lives.
Awesome.
See you later.
Peace.